Right. Ask the person to put the energized healing beads over the healer's head. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Give a brief explanation of what this is meant and the ceremony. What this means is that through these energized beads, there's a greater rapport being established between the healee and the healer. Right? The healer then puts the healing beads over the person's head. Good. So we beat it up, aren't we? Yeah. Good. If you have an assistant, have him or her cross the legs of the client and grab the large toes firmly in each hand. Touch it. Mm-hmm. All right. And then, of course, you do the healing. I'm giving you a demonstration so you can have the idea of what is done. But if you do not have an assistant, thank you, darling. But if you do not have an assistant, tie the big toes together with a red ribbon. This creates a circuit. Fine. Now, what happens is this. I've noticed in 99% of the cases, people seem to separate the legs. I don't know if you've experienced that. You know, they could never sit really, with their legs together. And this also has to do with the circuit. The hands, the feet. So if you do not have an assistant, very loosely tie the toes with a red ribbon, the two big toes. Of course, you got stockings on all. Oh, it doesn't matter, but you get the idea. You tie the two big toes, together, not tight. Let it be comfortable. This is to preserve the circuit, so the energies you are imparting through the preliminary technique will not be lost. So the hands are held together in whichever way, and the toes must both be together to preserve that energy circuit.
The toes touch.
Yeah, the toes touch. Fine. So always have a piece of ribbon handy. You can use it over and over again. We even brought this to show you. Calendar might not have ribbons, so.
Only blue ribbons.
Right. Dip the two healing fingers, these two, right? Remember always the rabbit, two big ears. Huh? Fine. Lightly into the kunku paste and mark the person's palms. Ask them to close their hands in a relaxed manner. Using too little. Clasp the hands in a relaxed way, not tight. Thank you very much.
Is there any difference between left hand
there's no difference. It depends if you're left-handed or right-handed. Yeah. Good. We did that. press the eyes in the manner described and demonstrated. Okay? So I will show you that. Oh, yeah, no context. You're used to this. How about Karuna? Come. I'll show you what happens. Now describe to me a running commentary of what you see.
First of all, the light was diffused.
Mm-hmm.
Then it became quite bright.
Yeah, and what color?
White.
Mm-hmm.
Then it moved with center. Then it became brocade sort of pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Brocade pattern is returned.
Right, geometrical. More or less.
More diffused now. When it becomes diffused, there seems to be a pinpoint of light at the center.
But now just look into the center of that pinpoint.
It's off to my left now.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the center.
Mm-hmm. Now.
Now it seems to be vibrating. It's turned a slight golden color.
Golden color. And now?
It appeared to be a star radiating kind of shape.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's become quite bright and it's radiating from the center.
Color?
Very white.
Good. Now, thank you, dear. Now, this is the gift I'm going to give you today so that you, by pressing the eyes, right, and I'll show you where to press and how to press the eyes, where colors will be observed. Now, the basis of the commentary given, the running commentary given by the healing, right, will give an indication of what is wrong with the person. Right. And there are certain pressure points which is in that chart, which we will give you to explain to you. Right. And by certain pressures on those spots, the problem will be remedied. Right. Thank you, dear. We'll sit over there anywhere. Let me explain to you that using the kanku or kumkum on the hands makes them more aware of their own feelings and problems. Kanku is something very, very auspicious, as Bhakti will tell you. You know, it's a sign of auspiciousness, and of course, kanku is always you find on Indian women's heads. You know, it is opening of the third eye, a great opening which everyone prays for to become more and more aware. So by putting on the palms and clasping it, it enhances the healing procedure by it permeating. This is mental, of course, by permeating their entire system. Good. Now we go to the next point. Awesome, because press the person's eyes in a described manner and demonstrate by Guru Raj. Right. 11. Guru Raj will empower every healer to make the person see colors or patterns. The healer will then ask the person to make a running commentary of the colors or patterns they see. See the attached sheet for the diagnosis of colors and patterns and the relationship to the brain. Remember to keep the healer and healee beads separate. Both, all of you have got 2 sets. I'm using yours. Sorry. We only brought up enough for us, so it'll be given to you, and she has the other one. Right. Remember to keep the healer and healee beads separate, preferably in separate containers, plates or bags. And you can have a little pouch for them. And what is best is to have a black velvet pouch. Put one set in this and one set in that, and you can mark it the way ever you want to. The actual steps in the Span's healing will be described and demonstrated to the healers by Guru Raj personally. Right. Now, let's get on to this one. Now you have here on the left-hand side diagnosis of colors and patterns. Right, A, red, orange, yellow. Find which is A, and the A you will find marked A, okay, on the head shape. You've got that?
The nose is to this part.
Yeah, this is from the back.
We are looking
The back of the skull.
You heal from the back of the skull. Right. So, of course, you have A, B, C, D, E, F, right? And they are denoted here on the head pattern. Right. So, if the person sees, the dominance is red or orange or yellow, then, of course, those are the pressure points for that, which is A. Come on, ladies. Okay, thank you. Right, now she sees an abundance of red, orange, or yellow, and that would be the point there. With these 2 fingers. Okay.
We shave off her hair to see better. We shave off her hair to see better.
Stop joking, we're serious now. All right.
It is
Now,
on the switcher. There are 2 switches. Is it on the switcher or it's little front row?
just about there. Look, there's a radiation, so you just take it where my fingers are. Yeah.
Okay.
There. Right.
That's not the temporal.
Yeah, just there. And then B covers the colors blue, purple, lilac. Right. Now, B is there. Right. Just about there. Mm-hmm. You see. Now, you've got to always give a slight pressure.
Roll around.
Not necessarily, but to show you, got to give it a slight pressure. Now, many people will see black, brown, gray, which is the C. Do you find it in your chart there? Now, just there at the bottom of the medulla. Right. D, white and gold. Right, now you'll have D, 2 Ds there, 1 there, and 1 right in the center of the head. You get that? Fine. And now we go to E, which is, of course, you're watching your charts, the green. Right. Now that is just under, do you see the skull bone there? Right, under the skull bone, you just, you give pressure there. Right, and then F is the geometric designs, which is there and the forehead. That's the procedure. Now, let me give you a demonstration. Of course, this you do after the normal prelim, which you all know. Right. Do you understand, Chaitanya?
Yes.
You know, the
usual
and that and the usual.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the
All right. Video, which is your most prominent color?
Powder blue.
Powder blue.
Yeah, it's geometric designs like a mandala.
Right.
Gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's black and gold.
Good. Now, you do not need to know, because this will take me about 3 years to teach you how to analyze this properly. But you can do it successfully just going by the colors, right, and pressing the various pressure points that are needed. Now, for example, she, from what I've analyzed, she has a bit of diarrhea. Right?
I think it's gone, but it was there this morning. I'm hoping it's gone.
Good. And then, of course, there's one thing that could be done, and I would strongly say that when it comes to touching a person's body, the head and things, but when it comes to touching the opposite sex, then, of course, let the man do it rather than the woman. A woman to a woman, man to man. Right. So, it has a scientific basis as well as an intuitive basis. But these are the major points, these are the major colors, right? And of course, on the right-hand side, you've seen use full flat hand on points F. Right. That, you've seen that. And use 2 healing fingers of the middle of head, only up to point D. Right. D, E, F, of course. E, F is that. Now, if you do have a persistent case, this will heal it. Yeah, because you're pressing through the color analysis, you're pressing, every ailment of the body is based upon the brain. Now, by giving that gentle pressure there, you are activating certain nerves, right? And of course, the brain center is the most sensitive center, right? And that energy will permeate whatever area that is affected, you see.
Are you not?
Please do keep on talking, huh? Let us be back to and fro.
Are you not also working at the subtle level at the same time?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Would that be almost painful?
No.
Is that A and B that you're working on now? A with the right.
Okay, you can see it here on the charts.
Yes. A with the right hand. B with the left.
That's right. And in very extreme cases where you have to touch the actual point of pain, then I would suggest Vijay, lie down. Why not here? What's wrong with the floor? Good. Couch, but can I reach with this? Do you think I could? Vijay, you could lie on the couch, yeah. Lie this way.
We can slide it out if you want.
Here's the back. Having to, this is all right. Look at my head.
Can you manage?
Yeah.
Mike? Okay. Fine. Oops. Right. Now, when it comes to the particular point, which is really excruciating after doing this, right? For example, a diarrhea, then one hand on the forehead and one hand on the affected part. Good. It's the thigh, right? Because of this touch, I would recommend that when it has to come to a personal touch of a person's body, then I would not like a man to treat a woman or a woman a man. Let the woman do the woman and the man the man.
Just the head, opposite sense.
Yeah, especially when you have to touch, a person's body. I've, had people who's coming with fibrositis, and of course I have to touch the what have you, right, to heal it. And I would never do it unless there's a chaperone there. Yes. Now, this I'm always very insistent on. A lot of other things can go wrong after that. Yes. So, if there's a pain in her breast, she I can touch. I'm married to her. Okay. Don't fall asleep. The duration of this lasts for about 15, 20 minutes.
From start to finish.
Start to finish. Or even half an hour. Sometimes it'll take you about 15 minutes to sit down and chat with the person and see what the problem is and that. But the actual treatment must last from 15 to 20 minutes. So you might end up spending half an hour, 35, 40 minutes with a person.
So Guruji, the treatment consists in going through the program and then working on the specific areas.
No. If the area is totally acute, then only, because this whole program, according to your chart, will
Take care.
take care of everything. But if it's something acute, then only do you do touching.
With the one hand on the forehead again.
Yeah.
And doesn't make any difference whether it's the left or the right hand, it depends on the position of the body.
Depends upon you. If you're a right-handed person, try and have the, therefore asked to lay this way instead of that way, because I'm right-handed.
Okay.
So it's very simple, really. Very simple. Try it out and you'll see.
Thank you.
Well, I got the right one. No, I'm tangled. I was lazy.
Doesn't matter.
Pardon? Keep them separate. Yeah, that's right. But one thing that will happen, you create a magnetic rapport between the healee and the healer, and which is very important. I bought these in England, hunting for days and days just to get the right stuff. England, they were £5 each, £10 a set. I don't know what you want to do in Canadian. It's up to you. Now, any questions at all? Come on, Mr. Dr. Physiotherapist. Any questions? He's also an acupressurist and plus
I did some
a psychiatric.
I've heard about his excellent qualities from Mr. Huntley Irwin.
Yeah, right. So are there any questions from your point of view which you'd like to ask? Saying that you do acupressure, he's a physiotherapist, and also a psychiatric therapist.
treated some psychiatric patient, but not too many.
Uh-huh. Good. Now, if there are any questions at all, please feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask. All of you, I mean, I don't only mean him only.
Does the charge in the beads last indefinitely?
Indefinitely. Indefinitely.
Don't you want to go around to each healer and
Yes, we'll do that now. I'm just giving them a chance to ask any questions they like.
I mentioned you 7 o'clock and they're going.
It's 7 days.
At first, what's the slight danger just missing the exact right spot? The pressure points.
Very good question. Now, dear me, have I done something irreversible?
No.
Oh, it's just to be put on. Now, if you would all just come closer, is it okay, Mike? I drop this.
Could you just hold it for now or do you need no sound?
Well, I don't have earphones, so I can't tell whether it's
It's been working all along.
live.
This thing just fell off.
Just see this as sprung. We can fix it.
Oh, yes, we'll leave it to Dave. If we would, they are champing on it. All these wires are wired up all the time. Good. I think we just send away from me with the little swords. Now, the pressure points. It's broken. Something is wrong with nerves. Just let's hang it in there. And when you press, now take very careful note of this. Right. Because these two fingers, there right in the corner of the eye. Right, and then you move them over to cover the eye. Now, the next after that is you shift slightly there, and you downwards, and you lift slightly up. And then this part of the finger there, you try and press there. Right, and then back to the bottom, and slightly up, and straight down. Okay, but please make sure that the person hasn't got contact lenses. Ask them first. If you have, tell them to remove it. Good. And with the pressure, you little pressure, and later you lighten it slightly. Okay? Then the pressure lighten slightly. And sometimes you, depending on the person, you just those bones there, little rub. Now, some people's eyes are sensitive. So you could normally say, just a set you, don't cut the eyeballs. But you would gradually develop a sense of how much pressure. What's the color there now, darling?
It's dark.
Aha. Good. Huh?
Dark.
And now?
It's kind of smoky.
Right. And now?
Still dark with a little bit of white streaks.
There?
It's dark with like white lines running all through it in a jagged form.
Mm-hmm. Like on a TV screen.
Mm.
There.
A little bit of gold coming in.
Guruji?
Diary is gone.
So along the nose, there are three areas. There's a central area where you go to first, then there's the lower area, and then there's the superior area. And then there's the area more above the eyeball and on the outer half. Is that right?
Right.
But you do not press the eyeball itself in.
No.
Thank you.
It's just a slide.
So there's four different points there.
Nevertheless, you'll find with experience, you'll just get the feel of where. You see, our healing is not mechanical. It is very intuitive, and you'll just know where to press.
You see these points then?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good. Now let me empower all of you. If you'd like to sit down. Through the grace of God, I empower you through your hands so people may see light. And through that light, you would be able to help them with their problems. God bless you. through the grace of divinity, empower you. Make people see light, and through the light that they see, and the colors, that you may be able to help and heal those. God bless you. Through the grace of God, beloved Karuna, and the power bestowed to me, I transfer it to you, so that through your healing, may people be benefited. And I especially empower you to make people see light through which you could know the problems and remedy them. God bless you, beloved. God bless you. Anyway, honest. Beloved Bhakti, through the grace of God, empower you and give you the powers to make people see light through your diagnosis and help them the best way you can, so that they might be benefit and become free of suffering. God bless you. Beloved, through the grace of God, I have been empowered to empower you with a deeper insight into people's ailments, so that you could help them at all times. Never refuse anyone that is in need, for they need you, and help them to alleviate their problems, which I'm sure you will do. God bless you. Now, who would like to, let's have a guinea pig. How about you, Karuna? Who would like to start? Make us see colors. Go. There you are. You took this. You? Okay.
I make my diagram.
No. Just to see if we can make us see colors.
And I won't do damage to the eyeball.
I'll let you know.
You do a running commentary. Karuna, see what you see.
Bring him to Puke's light. Slightly reddish orange. Bit more brilliance coming into it now. Slightly white from the both sides. a bit of blue. Quite dark. Light from the left side. Probably like a ball of light coming in. Diffused white light. Darkly green, bright green.
Well, that's the gift imparted to you all. Use it wisely, without any motive or gain. It is yours. I think we're done. Then get on to the...
I guess you have some interview.
Yes, person.
Sure.
Right. And then, of course, you proceed to the second stage. And Vidya, when are you going to teach them the first day?
$20 per each person, is that right? US. Okay. We might decide to buy them from the group rather than, I don't know, maybe better if they bought their own, is that right?
But yeah, we just asked each person. In England, what they did is they just collected so much from each person
Right.
at the end of the session.
A set of beads, give it to Canada.